The box office predictions for the third weekend of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness are in. And it's an interesting weekend to say the least. Again, it is the third one, and the film has already made over $700 million in 2 weeks. So what exactly are we looking at? Well, some people say it's low, other people say it's more than expected. So where exactly does 30 million sit? Let's look at it. Okay, so for this one, we are going to have to take a look at some of the other films that are out there and how big they did on their third weekend. Now again, some of the things we're going to mention here are of course way out there, and I don't think anybody expected Doctor Strange to keep up with them because of the nature of how much those films made in their entire run. For example, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, in its third weekend made $90 million. $90 million in its third weekend. That thing was a juggernaut. Black Panther is the first film from the MCU that's in the top 3, and that's a $66 million take on the third weekend. If we're going to find something that's comparable to $30 million from Marvel Studios, we are going to have to go all the way down to the likes of the first Iron Man, for example, and that's when you see around 31 million. The first Deadpool film, 31 million as well in its third week. Aquaman, 31 million. So right around there is where we're looking at for Doctor Strange in its third weekend. Now again, there's a lot of factors going into this. Some people are saying it could do slightly higher because word of mouth is still mixed, but again, who really knows how this is going to go? Now, quite obviously, the thing here is that we're seeing that Doctor Strange is actually having a pretty good time at the international box office, where it's making a lot more than most people predicted. So I think even if the domestic comes in at 30, maybe even as low as 28, optimistically, if it gets high of 35, that's huge. But the international box office is clearly going to carry this film. And something else I should note here, the first Doctor Strange movie doesn't even land anywhere on the top 100 third domestic biggest box office weekends. So again, this is already going up above the first film. Naturally, it's already made more in less than 2 weeks than the entire film that preceded it. So I think things are going to look pretty good this weekend. I'm going to go ahead, and I was right the second weekend, shockingly, like right there with the number. The first weekend, I was almost like 0.2 away from the actual number. This one, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to place it. I'm going to say 29.5. I think it's going to come in slightly lower just because there's still more negative word of mouth that I'm seeing online. Just people aren't enjoying the film, which again, that makes sense. It's not for everybody. What do you guys think? Where is this thing ending up?